Okay, think about your sales dashboard for a second. What if it wasn't just a place you go to look at numbers, but a real command center, something that actually helps you win? That's exactly the idea we're diving into today. The AI Sales Command Center, a tool that's really designed to be the new heart of your entire sales operation.
And this quote pretty much nails it. This is where AI, automation, and analytics all come together. The whole promise here is to merge these incredibly powerful forces into one single, seamless experience, giving you a complete, live view of everything that actually matters in your sales world.
But that's the real question, isn't it? I mean, all the fancy tech jargon in the world doesn't mean a thing if it doesn't help you close more deals. So let's break down exactly what this command center means for your day-to-day. So first up, let's talk about getting that 360-degree view. I mean, at the end of the day, the number one job of any command center is to give you total visibility, right? To let you see the entire battlefield in a single glance. And look, this is not some rigid one-size-fits-all dashboard. The whole thing is built from 17 different sections, which puts you in complete control. You can literally drag and drop stuff to reorder everything and use simple toggles to show or hide sections so you can build the exact view that makes the most sense for how you work.
And those sections, they cover every single angle of your operation. You've got your high-level numbers, your KPIs in the executive overview. You get a super clear look at where all your deals are with the sales pipeline, and you can manage every single touch point with customer management. It even pulls together all your tasks and appointments and hooks into your other tools so absolutely nothing falls through the cracks.
And that's really the crucial point here. It becomes your single source of truth. So no more jumping between 5 different tabs trying to piece together the whole story. Everything you need is right here, in one spot, and it's all updating live in real time. Okay, so having all your data in one place, that's the foundation. That's step one. But the real magic, the real game changer, happens when you add a layer of intelligence on top. And that's where the AI Copilot comes in to help guide your very next move. This right here perfectly illustrates the difference. Your standard CRM is kind of like a rearview mirror. It's great at showing you where you've been. This AI Command Center, though, it's more like a GPS for your sales pipeline. It analyzes the road ahead and actually helps you predict what's coming next. So how does it actually do that? Well, it's broken down into 3 key AI features. First, you've got the deal intelligence. This thing scores the health of your deals, predicts the probability of a win, and even suggests your best next move. Then there's the insights panel, which is like having a lookout who's constantly flagging deals and opportunities that need your attention right now. And finally, the analytics panel digs deep into your data to uncover those hidden trends you might have otherwise missed completely. Now, having an AI point out what you should do next is awesome. But what if the system could actually do some of that work for you? Well, that's where the automation engine comes into play. And you don't even have to build this engine from scratch. We're talking 16 pre-configured automations right out of the box, all of them designed to handle the most common, repetitive, time-sucking tasks that eat up your day. These automations basically fall into 4 key areas that every single sales pro deals with. You've got workflows to make sure you never, ever miss a follow-up. Others to automatically move deals through your pipeline. Some to help you nurture those critical client relationships, and a whole bunch of general time savers just designed to kill manual data entry. And the goal for all of this is so simple. Get the busy work off your plate. By automating all those routine tasks with just a single click, you free up your time and, just as importantly, your mental energy to focus on the one thing that actually matters, closing deals. So let's just pull this all together for a second. We've got the 360-degree view, we've got the AI Copilot, and we've got the automation engine. What does all of that really add up to? It all adds up to one incredibly powerful concept: direction. Because a truly smart command center doesn't just drown you in data. It turns all those numbers into a clear story. It transforms those AI insights into your next concrete action. It makes sure that every single minute of your time is converted into real, tangible results.
And that's really the final thought I want to leave you with. Just imagine for a moment if your main sales tool wasn't just a record of what happened yesterday, but it was your guide for what to do next. If it gave you clear direction instead of just a mountain of data, what do you think you could really truly achieve?
All right, let's dive in. Today, we're talking about how AI is completely flipping the script on one of the most basic tools in business, the contact list. We're going to see how it goes from being just a simple address book to, well, an intelligent command center for all your relationships. Seriously, Think about your contact list right now. Is it just a long, static list of names, emails, and phone numbers? Something you have to constantly update by hand and, just guess your way through? For most of us, yeah, that's exactly what it is. But what if it could be so much more? And this quote just nails it. This is the core idea behind the system we're looking at, SmartCRM. It completely reframes the whole thing. It stops seeing your contacts as just data points and starts treating them as relationship intelligence. It becomes this living, breathing ecosystem where every single contact has a story. So, the big question is, how exactly does AI pull this off? Well, it all starts by fundamentally changing what a contact profile even is and what it can do for you. Okay, let's really break this down. On one side, you've got the old way, right? The constant manual updates, the sheer guesswork about who's interested, and data that's basically old news the second you type it in. But on the other side, with an AI-enhanced system, it's a completely different game. Instead of you doing the work, contact info gets automatically enriched from all over the web. Instead of guessing, AI gives you predictive insights. Your contacts become these living profiles that literally update themselves. So, how does it actually work? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the AI engine that's making all of this happen. First up is data enrichment, and honestly, this is where the magic begins. SmartCRM just automatically scours the internet, pulling in key details from places like LinkedIn, company websites, you name it. What that means for you is no more incomplete profiles. You suddenly know their current job title, what's new with their company, even their latest posts. Your info is always fresh. And then you've got predictive contact scoring. The system is watching every little interaction, every email opened, every link clicked, and it scores each contact on how likely they are to actually buy. This is a game changer because it tells you exactly who's warming up and who's going cold, so you can put your energy where it's actually going to make a difference. And this is a really crucial point. The system doesn't just hold data, it interprets it for you. It spits out these behavioral insights and clear recommendations. It helps you understand not just who people are, but what they actually care about, which means every conversation you have can be that much more personal and effective. Now, what's really cool is the horsepower behind all this. SmartCRM uses what's called a multi-model approach. It's not just stuck with one AI provider. It smartly sends tasks to whatever model is best for the job. Maybe it uses OpenAI's GPT-4o for some deep analysis, Google's Gemini for quick research, and Anthropic's Claude for writing some nuanced emails. It means you always get the best tool for that specific job. Okay, so we've seen the intelligence. Now let's see how that gets baked into some incredible tools that give you just a ton of speed and control. This is all about doing personalization at scale. I mean, just imagine trying to send a unique follow-up to every single warm lead in a specific industry. The old way? That's hours of mind-numbing work. With these tools, you can make these huge personalized moves happen in seconds. And this just shows you how simple it can be. In 3 steps, you can run a super targeted campaign. You just filter your contacts by their score, select them all with a click, and boom, you launch a personalized email sequence. It turns really complex tasks into something incredibly straightforward. And when you drill down into a single contact, the amount of information is just staggering. We're talking about a detailed view with 8 different tabs. You can see everything from their entire journey with your company to deep analytics, sales intelligence, and of course, those AI-generated insights. It's a true 360-degree view all in one spot. And to keep all that info organized, everything is pulled into one place, a unified hub for all your communication. And crucially, the AI is constantly working in the background to find and merge duplicate contacts. That means you always have one clean, single source of truth for every person. So we've seen the power you get at the individual contact level. But now, let's zoom out a bit and see how SmartCRM helps you understand the whole network. And this is such a critical question. Your contacts don't just exist in a bubble, right? They're connected to each other through companies, past jobs, professional circles. Figuring out those connections, well, that's where the hidden opportunities are. This is the perfect way to think about it. The system's relationship mapping feature literally visualizes these connections for you. It builds a map, a social graph really, of your relationships, showing you exactly how everyone influences each other. So it stops being about just who you know, and it starts being about understanding the web of influence that connects them all. You can see in an instant who could give you a warm intro to a company you're targeting, or which of your connections might be the most valuable. It's like navigating your network with a GPS. So, where does this all lead? What does it all add up to? Well, it's way more than just a smarter contact list. It's a full-on command center for your professional relationships. And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. The whole point isn't just to collect more data, it's to empower you to make smarter, faster decisions. Every single feature we've talked about is designed to give you intelligence you can actually act on. This is the final transformation. That simple list of names and numbers becomes this intelligent network of opportunity, where every single contact is a potential door to a new relationship, a new deal, a new success story, all of it guided by AI. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. What if every single contact in your list could tell you its own story, tell you its needs, its potential, and exactly the right way to connect with them? With AI-driven systems like this one, that's really not a what if anymore.
Let's talk about your sales pipeline. What if it could do more than just hold a list of deals? What if it could actually become a map to your future revenue? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. How to transform that static list into an intelligent engine for growth.
So I want you to think about your pipeline right now. Is it a crystal ball giving you this clear, predictive look at what's coming down the road? Or is it more like a rearview mirror, just a collection of notes about where you've already been? For way too many teams, it's the second one. It's a tool that keeps you reacting instead of being proactive.
And that right there is the fundamental shift we're talking about. We're moving away from a pipeline that's static, that's manual, and we're jumping into one that's dynamic and visual. It's about swapping pure guesswork for some serious AI-powered intelligence. And that allows you to be predictive and proactive instead of just, constantly reacting to things that have already happened.
Okay, so where do we even begin? The very first step in this whole transformation is gaining total visibility. I mean, it's pretty simple, right? You can't manage what you can't see. So let's explore how we go from flying blind to seeing every single detail that actually matters. An enhanced pipeline gets it. It knows one size never fits all. You're not locked into a single rigid way of looking at things. Instead, it gives you 6 completely distinct, purpose-built views. Each one is designed for a specific job you need to do at any given moment. And this is where it gets really practical. You need to see where deals are getting stuck? Boom! The Kanban view is perfect for that. Need to edit a bunch of records at once or run a really specific filter? The list and table views are your best friends. The calendar makes sure you never miss a follow-up. The dashboard gives you that quick pulse check on your KPIs. And the timeline? Well, that maps out the entire journey of a deal. Every view has a job.
So the most important point here is flexibility. It's not just about having more data. It's about seeing that data in the right way, at the right time. And that is what lets you scan, act, and plan with some incredible efficiency. Now let's get to the real game changer, having an AI sales coach embedded directly into your pipeline. This is where you stop relying on gut feelings and guesswork, and you start getting intelligent, data-driven guidance on every single deal.
At the very heart of this is the AI deal score. The best way to think of it is as a real-time health check for every opportunity. It's constantly analyzing the quality of the deal, its momentum, and it gives you this instant signal on where you should focus your attention.
So, how does this AI actually work? It's a really simple but incredibly powerful 3-step process. First, it assesses the deal's overall health and quality. Based on that, it predicts the outcome with a specific win probability score. But here's the crucial part. It doesn't just leave you with a number. It recommends the specific next best action you should take to move that deal forward. It's not just insight, it's a roadmap. And this is the immediate payoff, right here. Instead of wondering where to start your day, you just sort your entire pipeline by that AI-generated win probability and focus your energy on the deals that are most likely to close. It's a massive productivity boost, for real.
And the AI coach goes even deeper. Think of it as your strategic partner. It'll flag critical risks, like a deal that hasn't had any contact in weeks. It can identify blockers and even suggest key stakeholders that you might be missing. And crucially, it'll explain why a deal's score changed, so you're never left in the dark. Okay, so we've got visibility and we've got intelligence. The third piece of this puzzle is turning those insights into action. This is all about driving coordinated, efficient execution and collaboration across your entire team. A huge part of this is automation. I mean, imagine a world where just moving a deal from one stage to the next automatically triggers follow-up reminders or schedules the next task. This automation handles all that busy work, and it frees up your reps to do what they do best, have meaningful conversations with customers.
The whole system becomes a true collaboration hub. Everyone is looking at the same up-to-the-minute record. All your calls and emails are logged centrally, which just gets rid of information silos. And with role-based and full mobile access, the team stays connected and in sync, whether they're at their desk or on the road. And, you can also drive the right behaviors with a little healthy competition. Things like leaderboards, achievements for hitting key milestones, and even winning streaks can make the daily grind way more engaging. It's a powerful way to motivate the entire team to focus on the metrics that actually lead to success. So, what happens when you put all of this together? We've covered visibility, intelligence, and team action. And when these three elements combine, they create a powerful, winning formula. This is it. This is the formula. Total visibility lets you see the entire playing field. The AI intelligence acts as your coach, telling you what it all means and what to do next. And coordinated team action is the execution that makes it all happen. Together, these elements turn a chaotic, unpredictable pipeline into a fine-tuned machine for predictable revenue.
And the results? They really speak for themselves. Teams using an enhanced pipeline see tangible outcomes. Deals move through the stages with higher velocity. Win rates go up because effort is focused on the right opportunities, and forecasts become dramatically more accurate.
Ultimately, all the information you need to win is already sitting there in your pipeline. An enhanced pipeline doesn't just store that data, it surfaces the winning plays for you. So the only question is, are you ready to run them?
All right, let's talk about the daily chaos of running a business. That constant, frantic scramble. Today, we're diving into how you can transform all that noise into a smooth, intelligent rhythm. So, does this look familiar? Your entire day feels like a wrestling match with your calendar? You're just trying to squeeze in time for clients, for projects, and, for the actual work that moves the needle. It's a huge pain point for so many people. Oh, absolutely. It's that constant, low-level anxiety that you've double-booked someone, or worse, completely forgotten a critical follow-up call. It's just exhausting. And honestly, it's what stops a lot of really talented entrepreneurs from growing. Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start by really looking at that daily scheduling grind. Then we'll introduce you to your new AI assistant that's built to solve it. We'll even pull back the curtain to see how the magic actually works, see the shift from chaos to control, and finally, imagine what it's like to have your business truly, finally, in rhythm. The real problem here, the root of it all, is manual work. I mean, your contacts are living in one place, your deals are in another, and your calendar might as well be on a different continent. All that disconnected data means you're stuck with endless data entry. You miss opportunities, and your schedule ends up running you, not the other way around. But now, what if your calendar wasn't just a grid of boxes? What if it was the actual command center for your entire business? Well, that's the whole idea behind SmartCRM's intelligent calendar. It's really not just another tool, it's a totally new way to operate. And that's exactly it. Think of it as your personal co-pilot. Because it understands who your contacts are and what's in your sales pipeline, it can manage your time so you can get back to what you're good at, building relationships instead of just booking slots. So the big question, how does it all actually work? I know it can feel like magic, but what's really going on is a super powerful AI engine that's built on 3 core ideas that tie everything together. Let's break them down. Right. It all comes down to these 3 pillars: prediction, automation, and intelligence. A good way to think about it is like they're the brain, the muscles, and the senses of your business. And they're all working together perfectly across everything: your tasks, contacts, and deals. First up is prediction. This is where the AI starts thinking like a seasoned business strategist. It looks at all your past activity to actually forecast what's coming next. It's not just making wild guesses. It's using machine learning to predict things like the chances of a deal closing or the absolute best time to reach out to a new prospect. Exactly. So in plain English, it starts to notice things like, hey, you always seem to close big deals on Tuesday mornings. So it'll start recommending those meeting times for you. It basically takes all the guesswork out of your schedule so you can just focus on being at your best. Pillar number 2 is automation. This is the muscle. It's where the system takes over all those repetitive, boring tasks that just drain your day. It can automatically organize your to-do list based on what's most important, or it can even qualify new leads for you before you've even had your morning coffee. And this part is so important. You're always in control. The AI isn't taking over your business, it's just handling the tedious stuff. Finding the right time slot, sending the follow-up emails, syncing everything up. You set the strategy, and the AI just executes it flawlessly, every time. And our third pillar is intelligence. Now, this goes way beyond just storing information. This is about understanding it. The AI doesn't just see a name and an email address, it sees a relationship. It scores your contacts based on how engaged they are, automatically enriches their profiles, and sorts your tasks by what will actually make an impact. So, what does that actually look like day to day? Well, it means the system tells you which hot lead to call first. It automatically pulls in a contact's LinkedIn profile for you. It might even spot a hidden sales opportunity in your pipeline and suggest your next move. It's not just waiting for you, it's being proactive. Okay, so that's the tech behind it. But what really matters is what this does for you. How does all this AI stuff actually turn that daily chaos into calm, focused control? This slide says it all, really. It's the ultimate before and after. That endless back and forth email chain just to book one meeting? Gone. It's now one click. Juggling 5 different apps to see what's going on? Nope. It's one unified dashboard. And that nagging feeling you forgot to follow up? It's replaced by automatic reminders. It's a total game changer. And when you add it all up, you get back the one thing you can't buy: time. We're talking more than 5 hours every single week. That's a whole afternoon you can use for strategy, for clients, or hey, maybe just to take a breath. And if you have a team, this gets even better. The days of, hey, are you free on Tuesday at 2? Are just over. Everyone sees the same live calendar, so there are no overlaps, no miscommunications. It makes working together feel effortless. And here's the real kicker. This isn't some third-party calendar app you have to plug in and hope it syncs correctly. It's built right into SmartCRM. That means when you book a meeting, the system already knows who it's for, which deal it's about, and what tasks are related. The connections are just there, automatically. So when you put all of these pieces together, what you're getting is so much more than just a neat and tidy schedule. It's a completely different way of operating your business. And this is what it all leads to. You finally get to stop being a reactive time manager, constantly putting out fires. And you become a proactive growth manager, completely focused on what's next. Right. It's about getting your business to just flow. Everything works in harmony. The AI is there to handle the tempo, which lets you be the one to compose the music. And that's the real goal here, freeing you up to do what you do best. So I'll leave you with this final question. We spend so much time trying to organize our work, but what happens when our work starts to organize itself? When the rhythm of your business is no longer a source of stress, but a source of momentum? What becomes possible then?